everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Daria, and today's practice is called Natural High. So in this class, we will be exploring the ways in which connecting movements, breath, and the mind can create this natural high state, the after effects of the practice, and the way that this high compares with a more artificial high. And the difference being that the natural high is something that is generated internally rather than being drawn from any external sources or substances. So this is one of my favorite sort of feelings to experience is these tingly, buzzy, it's like a sustained caffeination almost that occurs from the practice. So I hope you enjoy as well. All that you'll need is yourself and someplace to move. And whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and get into it. We'll start very simply in Sukhasana. So find your way here to a comfortable, spacious, wide seat. Sitting bones grounded, knees are wide. The palms can face either up or down on your thighs and connect the tip of your thumb to the tip of your index finger. Then close your eyes and let your shoulders softly travel down your back. Take a moment now to settle into your body. Maybe this is the first time all day that you're taking a moment to really check in with yourself, to ask yourself how you're doing, and to observe any sensations that are moving through the body. Observe the thought patterns that are moving in the mind, and just take stock of your state. And try to do this observation from a place of curiosity rather than judgment. Begin to feel your breath. Let it travel from the low belly all the way to the tops of the lungs. And then take a sigh, an open mouth exhale. Again, like that. Big, full, deep inhalation to fill all the way up to the top. Clearing sigh, exhale out of your mouth. Drop anything you don't need. Seal your lips and begin to cultivate Ujjayi pranayama, breathing in and out through the nose with a slight constriction in the back of the throat, creating an oceanic quality to the sound of the breath. As the breath continues to deepen, allow yourself to be soothed by this sound. Audible inhales and cleansing exhales. Take a few more moments and a few more breaths here to set the tone for your practice. Remember that each new breath that you take is an opportunity for a fresh start, to shift your perspective just slightly. Softly blink your eyes open. And let's come to tabletop, hands and knees. Find your way to a steady tabletop with the palms spread wide and all 10 fingers anchored to the earth. From here, let's take a few rounds of cat-cows. As you inhale, drop the low belly, lift the tailbone, and then pull your hands back towards your thighs as you stretch your heart forward to the top of the mat and lift your gaze. On your exhale, drop the tailbone toward the backs of the knees, hollow low belly, and then middle belly, and then press your heart through your shoulder blades up to the sky, drop your head. Again, breathe in, lift the tailbone, lift the heart, lift the gaze. As you exhale, round and curl into yourself. Press actively into your palms and relax the back of your neck. Now ride your own breath. Take the full inhalation to find your way into cow, and use your exhale to press into the earth and round the spine toward the sky for cats. Let's go 2 more rounds. Try to feel the breath travel through your spine. Inhale and exhale. Neutralize your spine and then step your right foot out to the side off of your mat and bend your knee. From here, begin to make circles into your hips. We're just opening up the pelvis and the hips, and let this be wild. Let it be animalistic. So it doesn't have to be perfect circles. Make sure to explore and play in both directions. You can roll around on the right foot as well. So maybe you play with lifting the heel or lifting the toes. Turn your foot a little in, turn it out. Anything that you want to do that feels good and organic and motivated from the inside out rather than any idea of what you should be doing. Find your way back to tabletop, right knee to the mat, and then step your left foot out to the side, bend your knee deeply. Big circles with the pelvis, circles or maybe figure eights. The spine can become involved. And continue to become more connected to your breath and to your sensations. So if you notice that your mind begins to wander through this practice, anchor yourself back to the present by immersing yourself in the visceral experience. Checking in with even the corners of your body where maybe you don't often stop to observe and to look and to notice. Good. Come back to tabletop. Tuck your toes, press into your palms, activate Hasta Bandha, hand lock into the earth. Then lift your knees and glide your hips slowly up and back to downward facing dog. Big stretch, like it's the first stretch of your whole morning, waking up the spine, elongating evenly back through the tailbone and forward through the crown of your head. You can pedal the feet. You can rock the spine in any way that feels good. And then keep your knees a little bit bent, especially in this first downward facing dog, or maybe more than a little bent, so that you can really feel the action of the tailbone drawing back and the heart pressing toward the thighs. Claw down through your fingers. And then see if you can lift your toes away from the mat for a moment, widen them, and re-anchor them back to the mat, firmly gripping. Lift the arches of the feet. As you inhale, lift your heels, round forward, high plank, hug front body toward back body. As you exhale, slowly lower your knees down to the mats. Breathe in, lift your tailbone, lift your heart. And then breathe out. Keep the arches in your back as you bend your elbows and sink your heart and your chin to the mat. Untuck your toes, press into the tops of the feet, and come all the way through to Cobra. Keep the toenails rooting, shoulder blades squeeze, lift the heart. And then exhale, press into your palms. Hug belly button to spine, tuck your toes, and lift back to downward facing dog. Big deep inhalation. Big exhalation. Inhale, heels rise, round forward like a big wave, high plank. Exhale, sink the knees to the mat. Slowly feel your core energizing, activating. Inhale, cow in the spine, lift the tailbone, roll your shoulders down your back as the heart lifts. And then exhale, melt the heart and the chin to the mat, bending the elbows deeply. This time, let's pause. How much can you burrow your heart into the space beneath you? Keep the hips floating, keep breathing. And then untuck your toes, tops of the feet, root, ripple forward through your spine, cobra, inhale. Exhale, press down, tuck your toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. In through the nose. Exhale through your nose and press the exhale down into the earth through the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. Breathe in, lift high to the balls of the feet, round forward, high plank. Exhale, slowly soften your knees to the earth. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, keep the curves in your spine as you bend your elbows and melt the heart and the chin. This time, stay here, or you can kick the heels in towards your sitting bones. Full breaths, melt your heart. Untuck the toes, press down, ripple forward, cobra. Breathe in, big expansive breath. And exhale, come back through tabletop, tuck your toes, press into downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, sweep your right leg high, three-legged down dog, and then stack the right hip over the left, bend your knee. Keep right armpit spiraling straight down toward the earth, and begin to make big, broad circles through the right hip, opening everything up. The left knee can stay micro bent. Next, inhale, kick high, right leg to the sky. As you exhale, lift the left heel, hollow your core, hug right knee to right tricep, hold and squeeze. 3, 2, can you bring the knee to actually touch the arm? 1, good. Inhale, kick high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, right knee to chest, chin, nose, or forehead, squeeze. 3, 2, so hollow in the core. 1, inhale, kick high, last time here. Exhale, right knee to the left tricep. Hold and squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Then stretch your right leg off your mat to the left. Root the knife edge of your foot and pivot your back heel down toward the earth. As you breathe in, press through the right palm. Lift your left arm to the sky. Fall in triangle. Here you can pivot your toes, your back toes, a little bit toward the back of your space. Bend deeply into that knee and then stretch your left arm all the way over your ear. Contract right side body, expand the left side. Inhale. Exhale, gaze to the mat. Plant your left palm, swivel on your back toes, then hug right knee to chest. Inhale, three-legged down dog. As you exhale, step right foot forward to the top of your mat between your palms. Soften the back knee to the earth. Breathe in, Anjaneyasana, kneeling warrior, fingertips to the sky. As you breathe out, fingertips come down, flex your right toes, begin to drag your hips back. Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. Feel as though your outer right hip is shifting a little bit back. The left hip is pulling forward. So it's like your right heel and your left knee are hugging. Take a breath in. Reach your spine longer, almost like a cow tilt, like you're sticking your butt back and the heart is being tractioned forward. Use the exhale to go a little deeper into the stretch in the hamstrings, into all the sensations you're feeling. Let's add a twist. So come back up. You can align so that the fingertips are stacked beneath the shoulders. And then step your left palm so that it's right inside of the right ankle. As you breathe in, twist. Right fingertips reach up to the sky. Try to pull in at your waist so that the twist comes from the rib cage. We're revolving the space from the belly button up toward the sky. Maybe challenge the balance even more. Lift your gaze toward the right thumbnail. Breathe in. Good. Exhale. Right palm back to the mat. Bring it inside your right foot. We can step forward into the front leg. Lift your back knee. Take an inhale. As you exhale, Skandasana. Pivot on the feet. Bend deeply into your right knee and draw your palms to meet at heart center. Take an inhale here. Elongate your spine. And then as you exhale, press into your feet, keep pulling them together and switch. Skandasana, other side. Right toes flex, we sink to the left. Totally fine if you need to use your hands down to the earth through this transition. We're gonna go again. Lift up through center and then sink low. Inhale on the right side. Exhale, press into your feet, hug right heel and left heel toward each other, then flex your right toes and sit to the left side. Breathe in here. As you exhale, pivot to the original back of the mats. Plant your palms and sink your back knee. Lizard lunge. You can untuck the back toes and maybe roll to the outer edge of the left foot if that's feeling good for you. Try to find the space where You're feeling the stretch and the sensation into the outer left hip. Elbows can lower to the earth. We'll take 2 more rounds of steady, smooth, fluid breaths here. Send the breath like it's a liquid, like it's water, salt water even, something cleansing, right to what you're feeling. And so you can feel like there's a rinse every time that you breathe out. Press into your palms. Tuck your back toes, lift your hips high to the sky, then flex your left foot, press deeply into your palms and see if you can glide the left foot all the way back to 3-legged down dog. Breathe in here. Exhale, second side, left knee, left tricep, hold and squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, kick high, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, knee to chest, chin, nose, or forehead. How contracted can you be? 3, 2, 1. Inhale, kick. Exhale, left knee, right tricep. Hold, squeeze. 3, 2, claw the mat. 1. Good. Stretch the left leg out toward the right. Anchor the knife edge of the foot and drop your back heel. As you breathe in, right arm to the sky, fallen triangle, lift your hips. And then as you exhale, plug right shoulder into your body and stretch out past the edges of your fingertips. Draw the bicep beside the ear. 1 more breath in. And exhale, pivot back to 3-legged down dog. Left leg high. Take an inhalation. Exhale, step forward as softly and intentionally as possible. Left foot to left thumb. Sink your back knee to the earth. Breathe in, reach up, Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, fingertips come down. Glide your hips back. Peel your left foot up and away from the mat. Actively flex your toes. Take an inhale. Elongate the spine. Stretch back through the tailbone as much as you reach forward through the crown of your head. And then take an exhale. Bend your elbows a little or a lot. The hands or fingertips can be on blocks here as well for more support, more lift away from the mat. 1 more breath. Adding a twist, right palm or fingertips beneath your shoulder. Bring the hand close to the left leg. And then as you inhale, open your torso toward the left long edge of your mat. Find your balance by pulling your feet together, pulling left heel and right knee together, and then squeeze the core. Stabilize. 1 more breath. Reach up. And exhale, release back to the mat. Step forward into your left foot. Come up to fingertips and lift your right knee. Inhale. Exhale, Skandasana. Pivot. Sink to the left side. Palms to prayer. How gracefully can you sit down? Breathe in, elongate the spine, stretch up through the crown of the head. Exhale, press down, switch, other side. Right knee bends, left toes flex. Breathe in, breathe out, press down. Pull your feet together, stay active through this transition. 1 more inhale. Exhale, 1 more time, switch. Skandasana, right knee bends, left toes flex. Breathe in, and then exhale, pivot back to face the top of your mat. Crawl your right foot wide. And drop your back knee, lizard lunge. You can stay here. You can play with rolling to the knife edge of the right foot, flexing the toes. And maybe if it's available, sink all the way down to the forearms. Take these couple of breaths here to go internally, explore all of your sensations. How many different kinds of sensations, like different flavors, can you notice? Press back up to your palms, tuck your back toes, lift your knee, and then shift your hips back. Press deeply into the earth as you float your right foot away from the earth and glide all the way back to 3-legged down dog. Take an inhale here. As you exhale this time, let's flip to wild thing. Pivot on the left foot, drop the right toes down behind you. You can bend your knees and then lift your pelvis Arc your heart all the way to the top of the mat. Fingertips stretch forward. Try to feel length here. Feel as though your whole front body is reaching longer, like the tissues are expanding. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, pivot. On the left foot, reach your right knee high and your right arm high. Press away from the earth and softly step forward to the top of your mat for 3. For 2, right leg travels forward for 1, and step down, right foot to the earth. Back knee lowers. Breathe in, reach up, a big twist through your torso, and then as you exhale, kick the left heel in towards your sitting bone. Hook your toes with the C shape between your thumb and index finger, and then begin to pull your feet toward each other as you lift up through the pelvic floor and reach your heart to the sky like it's a balloon that's just floating up. Deep breaths into the fronts of the left leg. Focus on feeling. Focus on finding sensation. Gently release. You can land the back toes to the earth, tuck them, lift your knee, and then as you inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge, fingertips float high. As you exhale, open to warrior 2, align your feet and then reach your arms wide. Take a breath in, pull your feet together, lift your arms all the way up to the sky and follow them with your gaze. Squeeze your front leg towards straight, and then exhale, bend back into the knee, arms open wide. Let's go again like that. Inhale, pull the feet together, right leg draws towards straight, arms rise. Exhale, back to warrior 2. Inhale, reach up, right leg straightens, arms lift. This time as you exhale, keep the feet hugging so the right leg is straightening, and then reach forward with the right fingertips. Exhale, Trikonasana, right palm down outside of the right foot, or maybe the hand is to a block or to the shin or the ankle. Take the gaze up to follow the left thumbnail. See if you can revolve your torso a little more, and then stretch the left arm forward to the top of the mat. Big inhalation. And on the exhale, pivot forward. Plant your palms, lift your back heel, flex your front foot. Play with pressing down, float the right leg, and step back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, left leg rises high to the sky, 3-legged down dog. Stack the hip, bend the knee, then pivot on the right foot so that you can drop your left toes off the mat behind you. Bend your knees deeply and then press down into what's connected to the earth. All these points of connection, the anchor points between right hand, right foot, and left toes. And then expand out in every direction. And let this feel really sweet, really good. Front body opening, one more inhale. As you exhale, turn your right toes back to the side. Lift your left arm and your left knee high. Inhale. And then gaze down toward the top of your mat. Softly step left foot to the top for 3, for 2, 1. How softly can you put down the foot? Good. Back knee releases. Breathe in, twist the heart open to the left side of the mat. And then breathe out, kick your heel in, right heel towards sitting bone. Create a C with your fingers, hook your toes. And take smooth, steady breaths into everything you're feeling. Simultaneously, open the right quad and create length through your spine by lifting the pelvic floor and stretching your heart to the sky. You can gaze up. And this shape can be intense. So in the intensity, how can you balance the intensity? How can you find ease even in the effort? One more breath. And release. Back foot comes to the mat with the toes tucked. Align your feet, then lift your back knee. Inhale, high crescent lunge. Buoyantly float the fingertips to the sky. Exhale, warrior two. Open up, press down into the knife edge of the right foot, and see how evenly balanced between the two legs you can feel. Breathe in, pull your feet together, float your arms up to the sky. Left leg draws towards straight. Breathe out, sink down, warrior two. Gaze over front fingertips. Two more like this. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, breathe in, lift up, lengthen fingers to the sky. You can shorten your stance slightly for Trikonasana. Arms widen, bump the outer right hip back, left fingertips go forward, and then glide down, left hand to the earth, to a block, or somewhere along the leg. Keep an active press down into your feet, and see if you can feel that your toes also are gripping the earth. Notice how this helps you to lift up the arches of your feet. One more breath in. Reach the right arm all the way forward over your ear. And as you exhale, pivot back to face the top of the mat. Plant your palms. Lift the right heel. Flex the left toes. Press down and float the leg back to downward facing dog. Take a big inhale now through your nose. And let's take a sigh out of the mouth. Clear, let all of that wash through. One more time, inhale. Open mouth, exhale to sigh. On your next inhalation, reach your right leg high, three-legged down dog. As you exhale, thread right knee to left tricep, then find fallen triangle. Drop your back heel, maybe keep the right leg hovering away from the earth this time. As you stretch the left arm all the way over your ear, breathe in. Exhale, gaze down, left palm to the earth. Pivot on your feet, and then roll all the way to wild thing. So left heel down, right toe step off the mat. Breathe in to expand, open. On your exhale, left foot roots. Root the big toe. Then pluck your right toes away from the earth. Right knee high, right arm high. And softly, slowly, we step to the top for 3, 2, and 1. Right foot lands, back knee sinks. Breathe in to stretch your heart forward. Exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana. Fold over the right leg. You can stay here, or if it's available, play with splits. So you can bring the palms down, maybe to blocks if you have them. Then lift the right heel and slide the leg forward. And you can stay here. Maybe slide your leg, the back leg back, and settle into your depth. Try to keep the hips totally square, and you can feel this by pulling your feet together. Imagine that the right leg is being dragged back and the left hip is pulling forward. If it's available, maybe the arms float all the way up to the sky. And if it's feeling good for you, lean back a little bit. Take a little back bend here. Keep breathing. Rise back up. Plant your palms. We'll find our way back to half splits. So draw the back knee in, flex your right foot, breathe in. Breathe out, step down, right foot, tuck your back toes. Inhale, high crescent lunge, float to the sky. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, squeeze the legs together, right leg draws towards straight. Exhale, Trikonasana, right palm down to the earth, left fingertips float to the sky. Then breathe in, stretch the left side body even more by drawing the arm over the ear. And exhale, pivot back to face the top of the mat. Press down, lift the right foot, and step to downward facing dog. On your next inhalation, sweep your left leg high, three-legged down dog. As you exhale, cross the midline of the body. Left knee, right tricep, drop the right heel. Keep the left leg floating if you can. Fallen triangle, inhale. Reach the right arm all the way over your ear. And then exhale, bring the right palm down, pivot to wild thing. Root your big toe, step the left toes off the mat. Inhale, big expansive stretch, open up. And then exhale, press down into right palm and right foot. Float the left knee and the left arm high to the sky. And softly step forward for 3, 2, and 1. Left foot down, back knee lowers. Come onto fingertips, breathe in, just a traction the spine, reach the heart forward. And exhale, half splits. Stay here, explore your space. Maybe slide into your version of splits. You can always take a block under either the front thigh or the back thigh, or maybe both for some support. Wherever you are, feel like your 2 legs are scissoring together, drawing toward the midline. And then if you've lowered down and you feel comfortable, you can untuck the back toes and begin to float your arms up to the sky. Begin to lean back if you did so on the other side. Beautiful. Re-anchor the palms to the mat. Drag your right knee back in and flex your left toes. Half splits, inhale. Exhale, step forward into the left foot. Lift your right knee. Breathe in, high crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Expand, open through your fingertips. Breathe in, pull your feet together. Breathe out, right hip back, left fingertips forward, triangle pose. Inhale to open your torso toward the left side of the mat. And then exhale, right arm all the way over your ear. Stretch out in every direction, into the earth and into the air. And then exhale, pivot, flex the left toes, pick your foot up and step back, downward facing dog. Drop both of your knees down to the mat sweetly, and then sit to your heels. Bring your palms in and let the palms rest facing up on your thighs. Close your eyes here. Now, let your awareness travel through your full body, exploring all of the sensations. So it's like your awareness is like a diver, and you're diving deeply down into this ocean of sensation. And how many different colors and flavors can you experience? Notice your breath. Notice the way your heart is beating. And start to notice any tingly sensations that you can feel through your body as the result of circulation. Blink your eyes open again. Come to a seat. Swing your legs forward to the top of the mat, and then find your way down to lie on your back. And once you're down to the earth, draw your heels in close to your sitting bones. Options: either play in bridge by pressing into your feet, lifting your pelvis high to the sky, and then draw your shoulders together underneath you. You can interlace the hands and press the pinky side of the palms to the earth. And maybe you stay here. If it's in your practice, Urdhva Dhanurasana, wheel. Bring the hands down to the mat beside your ears. Fingers point down to the shoulders. And then press your way up all the way to the sky. Keep the elbows magnetized as you rise. And take a couple breaths in this first wheel or bridge. And try to feel expansion and length in the front body. Keep breathing. If you're in wheel, press evenly into both hands and both feet. Let's take one more inhalation. And then look up. You can lift your heels and exhale to slowly lower down from wherever you were. Once your spine lands back to the mat, open your palms to the sky. You can lean your knees in on each other for broken bridge and drop here. We'll take a couple of breaths. Blink your eyes open. Heels come in. You can touch the Achilles tendons with your fingertips. And then whichever variation you're taking, maybe bridge. If you're coming into wheel, plant the palms. Take an inhale to prepare. And on the exhale, press into the earth. Hug the elbows toward each other and rise all the way up. The second round, maybe you play with walking the feet in a little closer to your hands. In either bridge or wheel, keep the inner thighs hugging as if there's a block between them that you're squeezing, and then press your sitting bones toward the backs of your knees to activate your glutes. Take a couple more breaths. If you need to come down sooner, do so. Listen internally to what you need. When you're ready to lower, look up. Lift your heels and roll all the way back down. From bridge, just slowly lower one vertebra at a time back to the earth. And once again, feet can go wide, knees can lean in, and palms flip up toward the sky. Smooth the breath. Are there any effects of this posture that you're noticing? Sometimes deep back bends and heart openers can be really energizing. Other times they might feel overwhelming. Whatever your experience is here, try not to judge it, but rather be curious. Blink your eyes open. Stretch your feet up high to the sky and then grab for either the shins, the ankles, or the outer edges of the feet. Drive your knees to your outer ribs. Happy baby. Press your full spine flat to the earth, even the very lowest part of your back, the sacrum, and press the back of your head down. Feel your knees surrendering to gravity. Allow the hips to open. And I'll cue one final posture, plow. You're welcome to stay in happy baby, or you can also take shoulder stand if you prefer. But for plow, plant your palms down to the mat, roll your feet all the way up and over until they come down behind you. From here, you can wiggle the shoulder blades together. And if you like, you can bring the hands to the low back for a little more support. If the toes are touching down, you can bring the palms down beside you. And try to just breathe through your full spine here. If it feels good, you can bend the knees and press the knees toward your ears. We'll take 2 more breaths. Slowly roll back down one vertebra at a time. And then once your spine lands, hug into a nice tight ball. Wrap the forearms around the shins and contract every muscle in your body. Clench your face, point your toes, squeeze the core. Inhale. Exhale, Savasana. Widen out. Spread down into the earth beneath you. Let yourself land. Feel the effects of gravity working on you so that you don't have to do any work to hold yourself up. All the muscles can deactivate and relax. Find this state of deep rest, deep relaxation. start to bring your awareness back into your body. Notice your sensations. Notice the after effects of the movement, the breath, and your mindful awareness. And begin to bring little movements back into the fingers and the toes. If you like, you can stretch out long and then roll to fetal pose or stay on your back if that feels better. Take a big inhalation and a big exhale. However you'd like to get there, press back up to a seat. Come to Sukhasana just as we began the practice. And then bring your palms to face up or down on your thighs. The tips of the thumbs and index fingers can connect. And take another moment to check in, to drop in. Notice any changes that you've experienced from when we began the practice to now. Notice what this natural high feels like for you. Are your sensations magnified in this beautiful way? And maybe you feel simultaneously energized and relaxed. Maybe this is the kind of a natural high that radiates and ripples into the rest of your day in a sustained way. Draw your palms to meet at heart center. We'll take one final breath together. Breathe in through your nose. And sigh out of your mouth. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your time and your space with me on the mat today. I hope that that practice felt good for you. I know that I am feeling certainly just a little more balanced than when we began. Today, I was coming into this practice with quite a lot of anxiety. And so for me, tuning into this natural sense of high is a great way to remind myself of the internal power that we have to really come back to balance and to change our perspective or lessen the intensity sometimes of what we might be experiencing. So I hope that you're doing really well wherever you are. As always, if you're not already, you could subscribe to my channel down below. That really supports me. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you soon in the next class. Bye.